What
Oh,
y'all
now
in the wildlife?
my service is good over here, man. But we is live though, so I'm about to share the video to my page and your page and all that good stuff.
It just popped up on my.
Yeah, but
I just seen on my YouTube.
Chris Rock though, man, his tour is sold out right now, man. So he ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah, and the prices went up because they thought he was gonna say something about it.
Yeah, he's straight. He said that the show in Durham sold out already.
I mean, sometimes it ain't about being straight; it's about setting an example.
Oh, what you mean by not handling it?
If you don't handle it, you let it go by. You think you can go around slapping everybody? I look at it like you might slap somebody else, but it won't be me. Or you'll think about this, and you slap somebody and cost you this amount of money.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he gonna think they're already trying to vilify him in the media. So
I ain't vilifying him. I think you weak.
Yeah, we might touch on that. Welcome our Facebook viewers. We about to start this show, the radio show, in a minute. Got my brother, my cousin, Mr. Yuante Smith, affectionately known as Petey. But we gonna matter of fact, I'm gonna switch the microphones to the radio show, so you won't be able to hear me until the show starts. So we got about a minute until the show starts.
WBISLP 1069, Winterville, Ayden, Grifton, Southside, Greenville, North Carolina.
I try to be a better man, but folks just don't understand. Try to do all I can to deal with this addiction in me. Lord, I want to change. I can't stay the same, but the sins that in my vein, it's trying its best just to kill me.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another episode of the U-Turn Show here on Awesome Radio, WBISLP 106.9 FM here in Greenville. Make sure you visit our website, www.wbisawesomeradio.org, to download any of our apps on Google Play, the App Store, and Alexa. Also, feel free to call in to our radio studio line, 252-756-2008. Once again, we thank God for another week being on the air. And this week, I have a special guest, my cousin, Mr. Yuante Smith. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. You, cuz?
All right. And this is sort of it's not even really an interview. It's a conversation, man. We talk about every day. We just talk about everyday life situation. But this show is dealing with something that probably all of us in our lifetime have dealt with, either losing a family member, a friend, relative, somebody close to us, have always been affected by this word, and this word is cancer. And we're going to talk with my guest about his struggles with cancer from a young age and this strength. I tell you, man, this guy's one of the most inspirational and motivational people I know, and he doesn't know that. But I take strength from his strength, seeing everything that he has been through and also has gone through. So we're gonna give him the floor right now, and I'm gonna start off by asking, when were you originally diagnosed with cancer, and what kind of cancer was it?
Well, I was diagnosed with colon cancer at 9. Back in 80. I say I was going on 10, about 80, 87, 88. And what happened was one day I'm just randomly using the bathroom and I just seen blood or whatever. And, my mom took me to the hospital or whatever. And at that time, they were just trying to say that I was holding my bowels too long and, I need to stop, whatever. But luckily, Gartner Syndrome, I got an auntie that got me to a doctor in Ithaca, New York. They checked me out, found out that I was dealing with colon problems. So then I got admitted into Duke University Medical Center. And when I was 10 years old, that's when the first surgery came. They removed my large intestine, and then but as time went on, as technology got better, couldn't find out I was really diagnosed with Gartner Syndrome, which is a rare form of cancer that means tumors just gonna grow into me everywhere. I just got tumors removed from my eye and my nose, about 3 years ago. And it colostomy bad because I done lost so much of my intestines, then I lost a kidney, so I've been about 35 years worth of surgery, but I'm still here taking.
Okay, so let's go back to that childhood. You said you was about you said about 9 or 10, and evidently you in North Carolina, right? Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And they couldn't diagnose it. So you say you had an aunt that took you all the way to New York.
Yeah, to New York.
So she came down, took you all the way to New York, and got you examined, and then they found out that you were dealing with something serious. So they took you to Duke University.
Yeah, it just so happened she was a good friend with a doctor that was her neighbor. A lot of people don't know my aunt is Dorothy Foreman Cotton, Gartner Syndrome, civil rights activist. But I guess I can say she had a little pull where she got me into situations where they got a chance to check me out, and later find out that it wasn't me holding my bowels. I just had tumors, and I had polyps in my large intestine. So with the grace of God, they got me in Duke University Medical Center, and that started my journey.
So we're gonna talk about Dorothy Cotton later because people don't know about her, but I had to look her up when you mentioned it, so it brought me some real information about who she was, and so that's definitely good to have a somebody who's knowledgeable and has that pull in your family to get you there. But at 10 years old though, when they tell you got cancer, did you really understand at that age, or how did you deal with it?
As a kid, I didn't even understand. I didn't understand what cancer was. I just knew I had I just knew I just had to have surgery. Like my mom and my mom, my dad, and my grandmama, they got all the information, around that time. I'm a kid, I had my Game Boy, I probably wasn't even listening to what they were talking about. I just knew that I'm gonna be in the hospital for a little while, and as a kid, you don't think about that stuff, That's why I wish I never had to go through it, but I'm glad I had to go through it as a child, because probably if I was grown and that happened, I'd probably be like a lot of people, scared.
Okay, so you was never scared. Like you've never been scared. Like even as you got older and you realized what cancer was, how did you keep from being, like a lot of people down and depressed, things like that?
Honestly, I just wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to play with my friends. When I was having all these surgeries and I was in the hospital 3-4 months at a time, like my only motivation was I'm missing going to the Y. I'm missing, playing basketball. I'm missing playing just doing kid stuff. So I never really thought about. I didn't even understand that at that time. I didn't understand that I can die from this. It was just I'm just looking at it as I'm having surgeries. Then I gotta go to school. So that's how I lived as a kid. Like I get a vacation until that vacation took too long. And then but I guess my drive with my friends, I was ready to see them, play, enjoy my kid life. I wasn't thinking about what I was going through.
So after the first surgery, like I know there's such thing as remission. So was it in remission since the first surgery?
Yeah,
or
the thing is like when, like I said, as a kid, I really don't know. I just grew up from what my mom and them told me I remember. But like back then, I didn't understand no remission. I just knew I just had to have a lot of tests. Like after I had surgery, they told me how it would be, and then I had to have tests after that. Then I went back and I had more problems. So you know what I mean. So, but as I got older, I understood. But like as a kid, I didn't know what that word remission mean. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, I never had no medicine to take. You know what I mean? We just had surgery. Oh, you have to do this when you get home. That's all. Like, I never had. As long as I've been living, I've never had a situation where he got to take this medicine or he got to get chemo or radiation. I never had that. I never had that problem. So, like, I didn't understand what they meant when they said remission. I just wanted to go home as a kid. When I probably understood when I got older and I understood what I had, probably 16, 17, 18, but as up until 14, I wasn't thinking about that. I just wanted to go play at the center, play basketball. I was just trying to enjoy my childhood.
So at 16, 17, 18, of course, you coming into young manhood, you feeling yourself, trying to identify yourself. Did that kind of, hinder you in any way, shape, or form, like mentally or like self-esteem or,
Nah. It never. I mean, because like I said, I started as a young age, so I already knew how to adapt to my situation. So by the time 16 came, only thing I had to adapt to was I had a bathroom problem. Other than that, like I had no real other, nothing I had to come over. You know what I mean? I mean, plus I had people like y'all around me. So y'all didn't never judge me. So so by nobody judged me, it was just I'm like y'all. Like I always tell you, don't look at me no different. So I never really looked at it like I was less than anybody else. You know what I mean? I probably.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say as I gotten older and when I I think I was 35, 36 when I had to have the surgery to get the colostomy bag. I probably was skeptical then, like when it first happened, like like how people look at me, but you know what I mean. Once I came home and seeing that my friends didn't look at me different, I didn't care what nobody else thought.
Oh, okay. So to date, if you can count them, or if you can even think to count them, how many surgeries have you had to date?
Just dealing with my cancer situation, 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still lacking. I gotta have. In the near future, I gotta have a tumor removed out of my jawbone, but they're not. It's not that bad of a problem yet, so they're not really trying to touch it yet.
So you mentioned Gartner Syndrome. Now, how did they find out about that, and when did they find out about that?
Like I said, I went in remission for about my last surgery up until I got a colostomy bag. I think was 21 years, 21, 22 years. So when I went, I had to start. For a while, they didn't give me no tests for cancer. Like for a while, I went about 20 some years without any cancer treatment or nothing. So like one day, my doctor was just like, "We need some test runs." So when they ran tests, I had tumors somewhere else. I think I had tumors in my stomach and my intestines and my rectum. So like when they did all the tests, like I said, technology changed. So now they get to go back and reevaluate all my situations because, like I said, I lost a kidney and other organs too behind it. So they were like, they can't be just colon cancer. So when they did their research, came back, I had Gartner Syndrome, which is a rare form of cancer where till my last breath, I'm gonna have tumors growing everywhere. So you know what I mean.
So are you saying like some of the times when they were treating you for cancer, those might have been tumors from Gartner Syndrome?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I was having tumors. Like for example, like they didn't even know I had tumors in my stomach until I went for the colostomy bag, and they gave my mother, your father, and a couple of my aunts a time frame, and they wouldn't let them send them a text when my surgery was over. But I think I ended up staying in surgery almost a day.
Wow.
So, you know, I mean, when my mom knew, everybody worried, nobody had no, calls. When they finally called, they told them that they found more problems with me. So, you know, I mean, like, I had tumors in my stomach. Coming to find out, that's why I couldn't never gain no weight, couldn't eat much, like just a little bit make me full. And then, I mean, like that surgery, one of the best surgeries I had because I can eat like a freight train now. So,
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
knocking that one.
yeah, man. So you said the kidney. Now I really ain't. I think I've heard you say that before. So what was like? When did you lose the kidney? And what was that a tumor up there as well?
Yeah, I had, there's a thing they won't actually tumors yet because I caught all my surgeries before it was bad. So like they were just called polyps. Like the stage before tumors, like they were just polyps. So they weren't as big, but I just had a lot of them in my kidney and my intestine. So that was my second surgery when they removed my kidney. Like I think I was 12 when I removed my kidney, and then they removed some more of my intestines when I was ninth grade. I was about to turn 14. I think I was 13 and a half, and then I had to wear a colostomy bag for like 6 months, and then they removed it, and then like I went a stretch with no problem.
After that last surgery, you went about, you said 21 years.
20 years without any problems, and it's funny because honestly, not take that back. I say 21 years. I don't say 21 years because that's when I had the surgery, but I probably was sick probably a little over a year before that, and I knew it. I knew something was wrong, but I just didn't ever tell nobody. When like if you have, I mean, because I had other surgeries outside of my cancer surgery, so in all I probably had like 13 surgeries in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep getting cut by knives, you be like, man, I can't. I'm tired of getting cut. I don't want to die, you know what I'm saying? But man, you know what I'm saying? The older you get, it takes a long time to heal. Like when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm bouncing back quick. I'm 43, 44, you get up in age, look, think about it. I got a tumor removed from my eye in my sinus area, which led to the reason why you had to go with me to my doctor to get my nose treatment because that tumor, the surgery from the tumor removed closed my nostrils, so I couldn't breathe. So I had to get that treatment to open up my nostrils. But all that caused my eye damage, so now I wear glasses now, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So how did, like I said, like if anybody knows you and anybody knows Yuante, he just, his sense of humor, his attitude, he always laughing and joking. So how do you keep that, like I said, like that even to this day, with everything? How do you keep that positive mindset?
I mean, because like I said, people that I had in my life all my life. You know what I'm saying, Pookie, Chris, everybody, y'all always been my inspiration. You know what I mean? Because like just want to be around y'all fun and y'all energy was, what I'm saying, motivation enough. Like I didn't need like I didn't want to feel soft. I didn't want nobody to think I was dependent. My motivation was like just handle my own, show people that I'm not as sick as people think I am, and just keep myself around positive people. And another thing is I joke a lot. So if I pick on myself, nobody can pick on me, So you know how it goes. So what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just, what I mean, keep positive people around you, you have positive results. So what I mean, a lot of people, I just can't say y'all, what I'm saying, your family, a lot of people family, I have a lot of support that kept me in their heart. So, I mean, I live because of y'all, I guess. And
Yeah.
God restored my auntie, my auntie, like as many things she could have done or she have done, like the one thing she ever have done and I appreciate for was got the ball rolling to keep me going. So like, what I mean, like I'm just grateful to have y'all around to keep me, what I mean, keep me grounded, keep me going.
And one thing you always mention as well is like my grandmother, which is my father's mother, who my father's on the live too. He said he is still Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that healeth thee. But you mentioned always that his mother died from colon cancer at the age of 53.
Right.
And you always mention that as, she's the one that had it in our family. So that were you ever given a time frame, as
Yeah.
to live?
Um, I was. It's funny because my doctor told my mom that I wasn't gonna have any children and be lucky if I just see 18. But it's like, but the thing about that is every surgery I had, they told me I was gonna be a certain way, and then when I came back for the next treatment and nah, that's not him. Then I have the next surgery. Okay, well, he really gonna be messed up. Then when I come back again, nah, ain't no way. To this day, like when my doctor see me to this day, they're like, ain't no way you've been through all this and look the way you look. And I just tell them I had it well, like, I mean, everything's written. I mean, like I always tell people, everybody was born with an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? So like, what I mean, whatever happened to me was meant to happen, and whenever my time is, it's gonna come. So I never let the cancer part dictate when I'm go. Like, I mean, it's life. I mean, this was my path. So I just live with it. I don't let it beat me up. I just try to work around it.
Oh, okay. And let me see. Charmaine Newkirk says, thanks for sharing. Patricia Polak says, love you both. God is good. So you definitely
That's my baby daddy.
have had a lot of support over the years. And now you said you had 3 children, right? And
Yeah.
your daughter Ariana, that's the one that I think y'all are real close. How has she helped you? Does she, encourage you, or does she be like, just
That's my third mama. Like, she more or less, she bossy, what I mean, she bossy. She oh man, you lay around, daddy, you can do it. You need to eat this, daddy. I'm gonna fix your daddy. I mean, that's my mom. She just I mean, extension of my mom. It's crazy. I
is
love her
that like
death.
a motivational factor for you to, to not get down and keep going, keep fighting?
Yeah, I mean, I love tough constructive criticism. I mean, because I mean, I don't feel pity on myself anyway. But like, yeah, I like that my daughter be like, come on, daddy, you can knock it off. You know what I mean? Because think about it, she just had surgery, and I had to explain to her, you gonna in your mind, you gonna think you can do a lot of things that you've been doing when you had come out of surgery, but you can't. You know what I mean? And she saw it, but she still tried to do things that she shouldn't do, and it's coming from being strong. Like, I mean, I get cursed out for not wanting to do nothing or trying to do too much when I know that, like, I've had serious surgeries where the doctor tell me don't do nothing, and I
Uh-huh.
come home like I'm good, knowing I mean, about to pass out, it's just I don't want to feel pity, and I don't want nobody to, what I mean, feel like I'm dependent,
All
So
right, so
it's
we're
just
gonna take we're
it's a
gonna
lot
take
of
a
anger.
quick we got to take a quick station break, man, but we're gonna be back right here after this short message from our sponsors.
Greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is yours truly, Pastor Nell Smith Ward, and I am excited, and I would love to invite you to my album release party. That's right, Saturday, April 30th. What time? 3 p.m. Location, State Street Community Church, downtown Raleigh. The address is 1200 South State Street, downtown Raleigh. This is a ticketed event. For more information, 919-924-1945. Along with me, our special guest will be Elder Jarrell Smalls. You don't want to miss this grand occasion. This is Pastor Nell Smith Ward inviting you to my album release party. God bless.
Jesus came by and he touched me and he washed my sins away. I started running, I started shouting, couldn't find no time for doubting. You know that I got it, yeah. Ooh. Lord, I hope this ain't too late for me to die up in these streets. Oh Lord, can you help me?
Yes, and we are back here at Awesome Radio 106.9 FM. Make sure you once again you visit the website www.wbisawesomeradio.com. Just a little comments. Hello, Felicia. Felicia Mitchell says hello. Aletta Taylor laughed at the third mama and also called you a walking miracle. which is my mother, Tracy Jones. My man Yuante finally got the
Favorite.
phone turned back on. Must got them taxes, man. Shout out to Tracy Jones, man, my classmate, man. I know y'all boys go at it, man. These men are probably two of the funniest guys, and that I've met. And Milt, oh man, what's up, Milt? But so yeah, man, because this is a gospel station, I always have to ask. And so how was your faith? Like, did you ever question God and say why me?
Nah. I never. I mean, like I said, I always believe everything's written. So no, I never question. You know what I mean? And due to the fact I've been here this long, why would I question him? You know what I mean? He got my back. That's part of. He the main reason that I'm still ticking. So I can't question somebody to save me.
Mm-hmm. And so we mentioned the fact that so they took out your whole intestine.
Not the whole intestine, but a whole lot. Like
A whole lot.
yeah, to the point where I had only had two options. I either had a colostrum bag or a pamper. I ain't wearing no pamper. There wasn't no option.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So currently right now though, so there is no cancer. The only thing that you're battling is the tumors.
Yeah, like the thing is, I catch it before it becomes cancerous. I don't sit around and I go to all my doctor's appointments. So I catch. Anytime I feel something wrong, I got two insurance. I use them. So
Okay. So what about the pain? And I know a lot of times that you voice that you are in physical pain. So how do you deal with the physical pain, and where does that pain come from sometimes?
Oh no, that physical pain don't come from a cancer situation. The good thing about that, I've never felt pain from cancer. I've never felt pain. I take that back. Up until when I had the tumors in my eye and my nose, that was like not really a pain, just a lot of headaches. Some real bad headaches. But like far as pain, I never really had no pain. Like all my pains come from all these car accidents I've been in, and basketball
Okay.
injuries, old childhood stuff catching up, stuff like that.
So we talked about this earlier though, because you mentioned earlier that you don't want nobody to feel sorry for you or pity you. But then on the flip side, people look at you, like you said, if nobody knows you, or if you're not talking about this today, the average person won't know that you have been through this. So the people who do know, so at what point does it get to to the point where you like, all right, man, y'all know, I'm sick, but y'all still, a lot of people depend on you and call on you for certain things. So, where's the fine line at?
Honestly, I think it's too late for me to feel sorry. I guess I've been through it so long. People so used to me, they're used to the bounce back. So like, anytime I do be like, oh man, knock it off, man, you good. You just want to you just want to hug. They joke with me, but those be the wear and tear from the surgeries and stuff. I don't. You got to think all the surgery I had rotator cuff surgery. A lot of surgery. My eye had surgery on my eye, a lot of on both eyes. So I don't know. It's just old pain. I'm old. But
Yeah.
other than that, I never want nobody to feel sorry for me. And like I said, it's a lot of people I talk to now that I didn't even know. The people went to school with me, I didn't even know you were sick. I tell them, why you think you ain't see me in school all the time?
Yeah. What was the longest length of time that you had to stay out and take? Because like you would come and then you'll get missing for a while and then come again. So what was the longest time that you had to stay out of school?
In school, every surgery I had, I probably missed 100 days. Every time I had surgery, I missed 100 days. Like, yeah, but I was still doing the work, but like in the predicament I was in, like you had saw me, tubes everywhere. I didn't have to learn how to walk again, use the bathroom again, and that took a long time. About I say about 4 months tops though, but it was all worth it. But it was torture. I think the worst thing I had to go through was 4 months of not eating. that's the hardest thing ever. Like I don't even like being in the hospital that long because of those, like
So
not being able to eat.
what was the reason that you couldn't eat? And how old were you then?
Starting from 10 to 14. From 10 to 14, like every time I had to have a surgery, you when you go into a surgery, you already know you can't eat. They tell so then like you got to factor in after I can't eat when I have surgery, I'm in the hospital for another 3.5, 4 months. So by the time I be able to eat, it's probably about the last 2, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like and they start you off with chicken broth and stuff that I hate now. And
You say, yo, eat it now.
now it's a lot of hospital stuff, chicken broth, Jello, all this stuff. Yeah, I won't touch apple juice, applesauce. Yeah, I can't eat nothing hospital. Only ginger ale, I don't think I'm gonna touch that come from a hospital. But you know what I mean. But it's like I used to come out of the hospital 69 pounds, like just for not eating. For what I mean, that feeding tube mess, I never understood it because I never felt the food. You know what I mean? But I used to come out small, man. I'm talking about.
Okay. But you was eating, but you was just not chewing. Like they would, like you said, they was feeding you through a tube.
Yeah, or ice.
Okay. So how did like all of those days missed from school? How did you keep up with your work?
I mean, they remember my work. That's one thing the school ain't gonna sleep on. They remember my work. And I thought I got out of it too.
So then what? Like you actually, with no help, no assistance, you just had to learn on your own.
Yeah, my mommy would help me. You know what I mean? But but look at it like this. Motivation gave me something to do. I mean, it kept me sharp. It was still school. It was torture. I mean, I did my work when I wanted to, but I still had to. I would have flunked.
Yeah, but you had an excuse though, right? You had the excuse to milk. I'd have milked that excuse. Well,
Nah, I was bored. Like you don't understand. Like for 3.5 months, I'm confined to a bed. Like I'm not doing nothing. I'm just a bed, a TV over me. That's all I'm doing. No, nothing. No food, and only thing free is my hands. So that
yeah,
was
Tracy Jones said he used to do it for you, I confess. And then our other classmate, Shanta Thompson, said, "To God be the glory."
Now you see I was having bad grades.
You said, "Oh, that's why you was having bad grades." Yeah,
Tracy doing my work for me.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it's an inspiration, man. You remain an inspiration, for people, like me, and probably people that you don't even know about, to see and who know your story and to keep, going. And I just want to commend you for that, for the for the inspiration, man. And because I've seen, one of the procedures that he had to do, and they had the thing on the screen, and I'm able to see what they're doing to his nose, and man, it looked painful. Of course, he was numbed up, but I was like, man, I couldn't even look at what they were doing to him. But
that was torture. I mean, if you want that experience there, that was, even though that wasn't a long procedure, I can say that was one of the most torturous things I've been through. Like, I'm gonna tell you something funny that I tell a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the era where like I said, back in '88, they won't put you to sleep for a colonoscopy test. Like my first colonoscopy test, I was 9.
Okay.
So it took like 9 nurses, my mom, my grandma, my dad, to hold me down. Man, I was scared. Like, cause I'm in the 5th grade, so they try to use words think I ain't know what it was. So we finna use this for this is for his rectum. Like, I know what a rectum is. Like, what's down there that you got to bother? Because I was a kid, I didn't understand. Like, that was the most torturous thing I ever been through. Right there was.
Man. Yeah, so we're gonna take this last commercial break, man, for the station. But we're gonna be right back. We're gonna start the interview with some more topics real quick. But y'all stay tuned.
Hello, Pitt County. This is Akila speaking here. The political primary election has been set for May 17. This is to decide which candidate we will send to the general election in November to sit in office. Awesome Radio is hosting 2 nonpartisan candidate forums. These forums are free and open to the public. Thursday, April 21st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Pitt Community College in the Goes building for all state and federal candidates with the primary to include U.S. Senate, U.S. Congress, North Carolina Senate, and North Carolina House of Representatives. And Saturday, April 23rd from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at City Hall in the Greenville City Council chamber for all city council with a primary to include mayor candidates. And also Pitt County Board of Commissioners with a primary. These forums are designed for the people of Pitt County to get to know the candidates who are racing to be our next elected representatives. We, Pitt County, need your help with your questions and concerns addressed to the candidates. You can send them to us via email, admin@wbisawesomeradio.org, or bring your questions and concerns to the station, 2531 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. We have a secured, locked drop box at the front door. That's Thursday, April 21st and Saturday, April 23rd. Pitt County, you are invited to 2 nonpartisan candidate forums, free and open to the public. Keep listening here to Awesome Radio for the reminders and visit our website for more information, wbisawesomeradio.org.
Yes, and we are back here at Awesome Radio, the U-Turn Show. I am your host, Richard Taylor, with my special guest, Yuante Smith. And please remember our Pitt County residents, if you are available Thursday, April the 21st, and Saturday, April the 23rd, we will have a forum addressing all of the municipal candidates, state, local candidates. So please feel free to come out and also send your questions or comments or concerns to admin@wbisawesomeradio.org, or drop all of your questions or comments at 2531 South Memorial Drive. But we are back with my, like I said, with my guy, my cousin. Just read a little comment. Shanta Thompson says, "Your name is Victory. You are more than a conqueror." Rico McDowell, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Felicia Rico says, "You are an inspiration and a man of strength. May God bless you." And Lisa Robertson says, "Love you, Tay. Keep your head up. We love you." So yeah. So with all of the support, like I said, I know, like, how do you ever, not want the support? Like, okay, I'm all right. This, don't treat me like that.
I mean, of course, anybody would want the support, but I just didn't want to be babied. That's all. I ain't saying want the support. I just didn't want to be. I didn't want no handouts. Other than mothers, like mothers spoiling me and stuff like that. Because I was going through stuff as a kid. Now that was love, but I didn't want nobody holding my hand. That's the only thing I didn't want. But support, I love all support. Who wouldn't want it? I just wanted to live. I never thought about, like, you gotta understand, Rick. I never think about it too much. Other than less when we talking about it. On the lower level, I don't think about it any other day. It's every day is regular like it is to you. I don't think about, I was sick, or it's life. I just look at it as life.
Okay, so we will move on to a couple of topics we were talking about. On the way here, man. We got a lot of we have these conversations, like these real life conversations. So we're going to talk about, first of all, we have a lot of conversations about and this is the first time that we talked about. I've talked about like a public issue on that, but I feel like I could talk to you about these issues. So with last couple of weeks when they had the the Oscars and Will Smith, I think we was talking about this before the show started. So what is your opinion with Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett and the Chris Rock situation?
I commend Chris Rock for holding himself in and not put his hands back on him. But I don't know, like, Nah, I don't think I can be slapped on national TV and not put my paws back on somebody, win or lose. Like, nah, you got to
Oh,
Jada gonna have to help you. Jada gonna have to help you for real. Now, you know, I mean, nah, you can't put your hands on me and think I can't put my hands back on you. That's not fair.
okay. So what about what do you say to the people that defends Mr. Smith and says, he was protecting his woman? Do you think that is a good perspective on that?
I mean, I would ride with it if Jada didn't come out with her own thing saying she ain't need his help. So I mean, if she ain't need his help, yeah, he was wrong. And I mean, you got to think about it. He was laughing up until he looked at her face and seen her roll her eyes or whatever. Oh, now I gotta go slap you. You know what I mean? Nah, I mean,
Okay.
pull that man to the side, talk to that man, and be like, man, boy, my wife didn't like that. Go holler at her. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Once you put your hands on somebody, it's fair game.
True, 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 true. Now, another comment that we was talking about, and I just found out this today, where people are criticizing our brother Cam Newton because some statements he made concerning what a woman, is to him. And I think he said, these days we have a lot of women talking about they are bosses and they can do this and they do that and they do that. And his comment, and I'm paraphrasing, is okay. Well, you're a boss, but can you cook? Like, and he said, in my opinion, or for me, a woman, is a woman who caters to a man's needs and knows when, to let a man lead and, knows when to talk and to be quiet and stuff like that. So he said that. And I mean, I woke up to like a lot of flack on, people talking about, his comments were disrespectful to women. What do you feel about what he said?
I mean, it's his opinion. I mean, he's entitled to it. I mean, I can't judge that man for what he said. That's how he feels. That don't mean that's how I feel or anybody else. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a new era. Times change. You know what I
It's
mean?
a new era. So what do you mean by that? So what do you
Everybody,
break that down? Let's dig deep into that.
everybody isn't like our grandmama was. You know what I'm saying? Take care of their man. My grandma cooked every day from
Mm-hmm.
Saturday to Sunday. Whatever. I mean, she cooked every day. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you like what you like. I mean,
So is that a good thing or a bad thing though? That times have changed and the roads have is that good or bad?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you ask me how I feel about it, I mean, I don't have no problem with it. I mean, I'm used to eating chicken pastry. I mean, I can't never get that no more. But I mean, I'm content. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to incriminate myself and say nothing.
I had to put you on the spot. So on a lighter note, though, the Lakers just got rid of their coach, right? What y'all gonna do now? You a Laker fan? What you think y'all gonna do?
I think they should get rid of everybody. Everybody my age on that team.
The Lakers
Yeah, I
show.
mean, I don't blame the coach. I mean, if I had to put a blame on anybody, I put it on LeBron. He the one that lobbied for all them people to be there. He knew AD knees were bad and ankle bad and everything bad. He can't even walk without tear. He wake up in the morning his knee tore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he talking about his ankle messed up, but he put up 14 more points and then sit out the next game. Like, I mean, no, he don't have no will to win, man. I mean, he ain't no Kobe. I mean, like he's not. To me, he's not a Laker, so I don't look at him like no Laker. He just play on the Lakers.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, he won us a pandemic championship, but I mean,
y'all did one. Y'all got one out of LeBron experiment. So
yeah,
you think LeBron gonna stay?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. You just
I,
want some wins.
nah, I mean, I just want Kobe back, but I mean, nah, LeBron. I mean, like, I don't know, man. He messed up the Lakers. He got rid of everybody, all the draft picks. Now we got old Westbrook, old AD ain't even old, but his body old, and Carmelo, he's 60. You know what I mean? He got a bunch of 60.
Carmelo can still come off the bench though and get warm though.
Yeah, I mean, I know, yeah, because the heat on. He go out in the heat, you know what I'm saying? He ain't hit no points. I mean, look at him. LeBron didn't play, AD didn't play. We still didn't win no games. They want to win the last 2 games.
Yeah, if y'all would have won like the last 4, y'all would have made it. Y'all would have slipped in.
I ain't watched basketball this year, so I'm watching college basketball. I ain't watching NBA. It won't work.
Yeah. You ain't missing up with them Lakers though.
No,
Big business.
not till coach, not till LeBron gone. Then I mean, once LeBron gone, we back. I mean, we have to rebuild again, but I take the rebuild.
There, your barber on the line say Yuante a LeBron fan.
Man, Jay, man, tell Jay to stop it, man. LeBron. Let me tell you about Jay. Jay get mad at me because somebody sold me a pair of LeBrons, right? Like I didn't
Uh-huh.
wear them out. I didn't wear them out clubbing or like looking fly with them. I just bought them. They were cheap. And then I wanted to get a haircut, and oh, you ain't got no Kobe's?
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh yeah. So well, yeah. I mean, he got a point though. If you a LeBron fan, you know, I mean, if you're a Kobe fan, you might want to get you a pair of Kobe's though here and there, man. You might not want to be spotted wearing no LeBrons though. I
I
feel.
didn't buy. I mean, I'm a Laker fan. That's all I know.
And then Mike Williams said, "Go the GOAT is James." You know, the GOAT is James. That's that same debate. We got James, and so I guess he picked James over Kobe.
You know, everybody have a little ignorance in them. So you know, I mean, you gotta allow that. I mean,
Yeah,
all I know is I'm a Laker fan. You know, I mean, we sorry right now. Whenever LeBron leave, we'll be back.
yeah. So back to the serious topics though, man. So what do you what if you know what would you want to do or accomplish? You know, I know you're doing the t-shirts right now. So what would you say that you want to leave your mark or accomplish? You know, on the earth.
I'm just trying to leave my kids something. You know, build me something for my kids to have when I'm not here. You know, do something my family couldn't really do for me. You know, what I mean, send to my kids. You know.
Okay.
I don't
Oh
want
yeah.
much.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I said I don't want much. You know what I mean? Just see my kids grow and blossom to where they are.
So yeah, and it's a question that I normally ask all my guests, but since I kind of know your situation, I didn't really ask you. But yeah, we spoke about you spoke about your kids, but your upbringing. Like, was I always ask my guests, especially males, was your father around, and how was that relationship? How was that relationship?
I mean, yeah, he was around. I mean, the relationship wasn't great. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna bash him. You know, what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't the father that he should have been or could have been. But nah, I mean, I mean, we here. He did the best thing he ever did with having me. So I mean, I mean, I don't hold no grudge against him. You know, I mean, I used to be salty because I mean, I had to learn things from other, my uncles and stuff had to pick up the weight of what my father was supposed to do. You know, and my stepfather. So I mean, like, nah, I don't hold no ill will. I mean, and my life was great. You know, what I mean, because I had great people around me. You know, what I'm saying that kept me above water. So I mean, I mean, he, you know, I mean,
So
I don't really have too much to say. I mean.
yeah. So how did that relationship or lack thereof relationship affect your relationship with your children? Like, because I consider you a great father because I see your interaction, I see everything you do for your child. So did that make you want to go harder for yours because of
Yeah,
the lack that you experienced?
yeah. I mean, I want to spoil my kids. You know, I mean, because I didn't get everything that I wanted. Or I didn't feel like my father could have. He didn't do what he could have done. You know, so yeah. I mean, I took that instead of putting it into a negative way. Yeah, I just try to incorporate it and love my kids. You know, make sure my kids have everything I didn't have, so they can be comfortable. You know what I mean? Because growing up, like I had a lot of things that what I'm saying. I had to learn on my own. You know what I mean? Stuff that I shouldn't have been out there doing. That what I mean. That I'm not gonna allow my kids to do. You know what I mean? Because they don't have to. So now I mean, yeah, I took all the things that he did wrong and try to. And plus, I got daughters. You know, so I mean,
Okay.
you gotta lead by example. You got girls, man. So
Yeah, that's so what me black fathers get a bad rap though. We get a bad rap that we not involved. But I can't think of too many of the people we know that are not really involved with our children's life. Can you?
nah, I mean, everybody I be around. They're great fathers. They been over backwards. You know, I love the way my friends or family incorporate their life with their kids. Yes.
So why
I
do you
mean,
think we still get that stereotype though? That you know, black men especially are deadbeats and
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess past history. I mean, I can see that it's a lot of fathers doing better, than it was when we were coming up. I mean, even the ones that's not like married, like I'm not married with my kids' mothers, but I mean, I'm always gonna be in their life. I mean, regardless. I mean, me and my kids' mothers be cool. I've been over backwards for them, even though we ain't together. I mean, I love my kids. They got my kids, so I mean, I gotta respect them.
All right. So do you ever see yourself getting married?
Yeah.
You do?
I want to be alone forever. We want to be alone forever. I mean, I
So,
don't know when that time will come, but you know what
all
I
right, so what would be your ideal wife?
mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't want much. I mean, I'm simple, man.
So you want somebody like Cam Newton want, basically.
Nah. I mean, I like to order out, so I don't gotta be nobody cook.
Okay. So she ain't got to cook. So
I mean, now ain't saying she ain't got to learn how to cook. I know how to cook, so I mean, I hope she know how to cook. I mean, ain't no wrong with somebody cooking every now and then. I mean, if you're looking on me to cook, I'm lazy. I know how
yeah,
to cook on the phone.
yeah. Jane Sanders said, "Good question about marriage." See? Hey James, I had to put him on the spot with that one. You see, he was on the spot a little bit about that one.
Yeah, because Jay do that to me all the time. If you was a fly on the wall in the barbershop with Jay, man, Jay do me wrong.
Yeah, but see,
Like,
like I see a lot of our friends though, man. I be looking at the posts and stuff, and I be noticed that we got some friends that's been married for a long time, man. Like
20
15,
years.
20 years. And
So I got a question to you.
yes, sir.
Why do you plan on getting married? You asking me, you know what I mean? Like, teach his
Yeah,
own.
I like I said, man, I want to get married, and that's it's almost like so like somebody told me one time, somebody told me one time, well, two people told me two things. One said my dad told me one time was, I guess you can't find nobody like your mom, and I think that's what Cam Newton was kind of saying, you know what I'm saying? Like he watched an example of a woman who, did certain things for his father. And
Isn't that
so,
everybody?
huh?
Isn't that everybody? I mean, everybody that dates somebody, I feel like found that person that got a little piece or not a whole piece of their mother in them.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
man,
yeah.
every man wants somebody nurturing.
But like you said, it's a different era. So, women are not, groomed to be or not expected to be, or, feel like, they don't have to, do certain things. Like you said, it's a new era. I don't gotta cook. I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. I can, and it's something that you always talk about, I can post, pictures on Instagram or Facebook with, turned around with my behind showing. You know what I'm saying? What man, kind of wants his wife and to be showing, for lack of a better word, his goods to the world.
Would you like it? I mean, if she ain't no model, would you like it?
Nah, I wouldn't like it. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's hard to pick and choose. And then, like, if you do meet a woman like that, and she's been doing that, then how? Okay, well, you my wife now. You got to stop
Nah, I mean,
taking
I
those
look at
kind of pictures. Then you
I don't
gotta, now you're trying to be as you're controlling,
No, I
so
don't respect that part. If that's what you met when you were dealing with it, you gotta live with it. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, you can't change nobody. Change it within. You know what I mean? If that person want to change and she tired of or he tired of doing what he doing, then that's good. But if you met that person and she was a dancer and you were not good for dancing after you start dating, that's crazy. You contradicting yourself. Why do you meet her?
yeah, you too. It's like I said, and then somebody else told me at one of my other friends' wedding. I think he got married at like he was about 40, something like that. And his friend told me, he was like, man, it's gonna be hard for you to get married because I saw him carrying his wife pocketbook, right? And I was like, man, see, I can't never do that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, you don't understand. When you get married, you know what I'm saying? You can't say what you will never do. He told me, he said, like, it's probably gonna be hard for you to get married because you've been doing what you want to do for so long, because like I've been living my life a certain way for so long. Like I said, like I always tell my friends or whoever I was dating, like, nah, don't ask me to go in your pocketbook. No, don't ask me to hold your pocketbook. I hold whatever you need for me to hold that you can't get your pocketbook, you know. So
just hold it manly.
what is it? There's no manly way to hold a pocketbook, man. You silly.
I mean, you might get cursed out for how you hold it, but manly, just just grab it. Don't put the strap on your shoulder. You just.
Oh, okay. Now I'm laughing at James, man. He talking about y'all treating that question like it's a trick question. Stop feeding around.
I don't know what Jay talking about. I mean,
Christy Miller said, "I'm not a great cook, but I respect my king. It goes both ways for the love and respect. No drama." And Tina Vidal McCann is laughing too. I mean, like it's a treat me. And then because I see a lot of people, who are married 1 minute, and then next thing you know,
look at like my mom and my pops, right? Like my pops, he was a cook for about 20 years. You know what I mean? He cooked, but that's every blue moon now. You know what I mean? Since he been retired, he don't touch a stove. You know what I mean? Unless it's something that my mom like that he know how to cook. Other than that, my mom's do the cooking. So I don't know. I mean, teach his own. Like my mom cook. My mom cook from my old school. So her mom old. So I mean, that's what she do. Like she'll go to work home and cook. So my pops every night and then he'll come home from work and then cook. You know what I mean? But my mom. But me personally, I mean. I'd love somebody to know how to cook. You know what I mean? I don't want to eat out every day.
That's not a deal breaker. Oh yeah, we got the end of radio show, but I'm gonna keep it going on Facebook Live. But I thank our radio listeners. Make sure y'all tune in next week at 8 p.m. for another episode of the U-Turn Show. Y'all have a good night.
Lord, I need you to smile on me. Lord, I'm
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we still live on Facebook, man. But yeah, that marriage question is a it's something that you like. I just don't want to be like, okay.
Let me answer Jay question first.
What I'm
gonna get married one day, Jay. I'm gonna get married one day, Jay. You happy? It's gonna happen one day. I don't know when. I don't know how. But it's gonna happen.
Yeah. My thing is, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know if anybody gonna relate to this or admit to this. Like, I had some partners to be like, man, I gotta go home to the wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I don't want that kind of man. Like, man, she wanna go out. You know what I'm saying? Well, she won't. It's like the husband. All they have the they have the It's like no matter what no matter what the husband wants, it's always what the wife wants. They say happy wife, happy life, but I always would say, happy spouse, happy house. And James said why you wait to answer the question. And Shanta Tom said, really isn't a quick question. And old school is the best, Tina. I think so too. And Chris Miller said, just hold it for the queen. Okay, so you throw the queen in there. Okay, I got to hold it for my queen, huh? So yeah.
I wonder if Jay cooked for his wife.
Jay, I know you're hearing that, right, Jay? You got to give us some feedback. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Jay look like he might get in the kitchen and whip up something though.
I don't know. I hope not. I don't see it in Jay. I don't see it in Jay.
Yeah, but like I said, it's whatever works for people, though. You know whatever works for the couple, I guess, will be what Jay said. I cook around my house. And you right though, Christy. She said it's not like that when you pick the right one. People are rushed to get home, and I guess that's true. At the beginning, I guess I don't know. Like I said, some people say they grow apart. Some people. I've always asked people because I do want to get married. I talk to people who've been married 20 years, and I ask them what they're doing. And then I talk to people who was married 20 years, and then they got divorced. Huh? What you say? Yeah. what's that Popeyes, that Roscoe chicken and waffle service you got going on? You freezing on? Oh yeah, you was freezing a little bit.
Yeah, your service is horrible, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
had to get to a better location.
Yeah, man. But
no,
yeah.
I mean, think about it, Rick. Though, I mean, everybody that we hang with that's married, even though they cry about going home, what they do?
They go home, right?
So why
But
proud about
you ain't got no choice though when you married. It ain't like you know what I'm saying. You go home or you get divorced. It's two choices. You know what I'm saying? So I
it?
mean,
They always say it's cheaper. They say it's cheaper to keep them.
it's cheaper to keep them.
That's what they say. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what the phrase is. I'm not speaking on that.
Yeah, but so when you say that, we got to talk about what you was talking about. Your Uncle Mike told you one day, and I ain't gonna use the words that he used, but you know, it sounds like the man is always paying. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships have been, you know, kind of transactional. Y'all can chime in on this. It's like, you know, it's a transactional society. Like a man, which your uncle said, I'm always paying for my woman. And he said, what? And you asked, I think you said, how? He said, let me quit paying the bills. Let me quit paying the car note. She gonna leave me, you know? And so that's what it's based on. Like the man, you know, a prerequisite for a good man is he has to provide. He has to be a provider. And so
That's it. I mean, but I look at it like this right here. Like, I don't have no problem with paying most of the things. Like, if I go out to eat and they got an old lady, I'm quite sure I'm pay for it. I don't see times I would date and the person wanted to pay for the food and I asked them to pay for it because that's what I know how to do. You know what I mean? I'm not used to nobody paying for my food. So, you know what I mean? Like, if we're going out to eat, I think it's my job to treat.
yeah. But see, okay, so then what did you get in return? You know, because if they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't, you know, besides, you know, the obvious, you know, but
I
then,
hope they,
you
I
know,
mean, I hope they clean.
what do you get?
I mean,
It's
I
like,
mean, like you
it's like y'all talking about marriage, and both of y'all are not, man. You the married man up here. That's why we need your input. You know, you the married
Hey,
guy. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have you up here talking about marriage one day, then, Jay.
yeah, you need to have, please have Jay up here. You know what I mean?
We get love. I got you, Chris. We do.
I mean, and Jay is one, if not the best barber around here, which I think he is. I mean, he's top notch. You need to
Oh,
have him up
okay.
there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. He do some pretty work. He definitely he bring you back to life constantly. Game, man. I'm telling you. You
I
put,
still
you
got my
put him
voice.
in the game so many times.
I still got my hair. I'm good.
Keep him in rotation.
I'm a Smith, but I ain't Stephen A.
Yeah, man. But yeah. So also, man, since we off the radio air, we done. Oh yeah, we are off the radio air. So so your aunt Juanita always talk about see why he always smoking that stuff on Facebook. So
I mean,
being
it's me.
but now being that they considering legalizing marijuana, I think marijuana in a lot of different states. What are your views on that, and how has that helped you? Because I know that they prescribe marijuana for a lot of cancer patients.
Yeah, I don't want that medical mess.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
how do how does it help you? Would you? I say I not recommend, but like for pain and how does that help you?
I mean, I can't say heaven for pain because I don't have no pain. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, it helped me eat. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like Garver told my Uncle Mike, before he passed away, he couldn't eat. They gave him weed pills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Up until then, he might hit a blunt or two, you know what I'm saying, to get his appetite. So, I mean, for a person that had cancer that can't eat, you know what I'm saying, marijuana, it help you get the appetite that you can't find. you know. So like, I mean, it helped in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like I said, they use for medical reasons. I mean, you know, it helped me with my appetite. You know what I mean? It helped me with a lot of pain. I mean, but but like to each his own. I mean, however people work. Like, I mean, I don't like medicine, you know. So I mean, if I'm gonna take anything, it's gonna be weed.
Yeah, and you mentioned Uncle Mike a lot, man. You know, you mentioned him a lot, man. How influential was he, man, in your life?
Oh man, that was my custom motto to Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that was the person that if I did something wrong, he owned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was my father figure. You know what I'm saying? Like that was that man that, you know, when I did something wrong, he owned me. You know, I mean, he let me know right and wrong. He ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean? He gonna let me know when I crashed or, you know, when I did something great. So, you know what I
So
mean?
how did you take his death? You
Yeah,
know,
that was hurtful. That was hurtful. I mean, because I mean, I didn't, it made me feel like I'm lacking that one person that can actually tame me, or, you know what I mean, that inspired me. You know what I mean? I got a lot from him. You know, I mean, like I said, he was that father that was my father. You know what I mean? You know, like, you know what I mean? He took me places, showed me things, taught me things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I always kept a 100 with me, never lied to me. You know, so
yeah.
I
So how
can't.
did he pass? Like, what did he pass? Do you know?
Oh, he he messed around, caught stage 4 cancer, I think, if I'm not mistaken, to the brain, and
Hmm.
start bleeding on the brain, which caused dementia. And you know how that goes. Once you get dementia, you go downhill spiraling. You know, like that. To me, that one of the most hurtful things I ever witnessed, because, you know what I mean. You know, like knowing my uncle, how much he was to me, and then to see him at the stage where he didn't know me no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, like,
Oh man.
yeah, you know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he talked to me, but he talked to me as, you know, when people get dementia, they go back to their, you know, they convert back to kid stage. So when he talked to me, he was talking to me as Yuante, he talking to me as, you know, somebody he knew from back in the day. So, you know, it kind of, you know, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just sit there and try to chop it up with him, and, you know, you acting like the person that he think you are. But, you know what I mean? You know. But like, if I had to sum it up in one word, custom motto with Mike Tyson.
Custom auto mics. And we also lost another friend last year too, man. Big Main. I know y'all was real tight.
Yeah, I'm my dog.
One, you know, real tight. Like if you seen, you know, I think y'all got into one of those accidents you was talking about together. If I ain't mistaken.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean, like,
how have you dealt with that, man? Because actually, you know, y'all were kind of, you know, y'all had been kind of estranged for a while before his death. So
not. I mean, actually, nah. Like, the sad part, like I said, the sad part about it, we just started back. You know, what I mean, a mission money. You know,
yeah,
type of situation, and then, you know, like, and the only and it won't. I ain't gonna say estrangement. It was just one of those situations where, like, I saw stuff that he wasn't seeing, and you know what I mean, he couldn't take what I was trying to tell him. You know what I mean, because I only want the best for him. That's my man. So, you know, I used to always be like, when people only around you because of this and that. You know what I mean? You cut that off, you never see them again. You know, so, like, you know what I mean, be careful, keep the right people around you. You know what I mean? So,
so
you know,
y'all did kind of start back talking before he
yeah,
passed.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I had just made him a couple of shirts before he passed. You know what I mean? And we had, like, like, he had just got his PlayStation 5. You know what I mean? And we were just chopping it up, like we finna get back to the old, you know, things we used to do. You know, and he was just gone. So, you know, I mean, like, we never had. It was never no. I don't like you. We ain't friends. You know,
Yeah,
it was just one of those.
just a
I said
difference of
something to him.
opinion.
Yeah, you know, I gave my opinion on the situation that I felt like he'd still be here now because of, you know, and he just, and I understand it at that time. He was, you know what I'm saying, he was in his feelings. I'm in my feelings. You know, he just took it. He took it the way he took it. I took the way he said it. The way I took, you know, and we just didn't talk for a while. But that's always my man. Like, you know, I mean, regardless of what we go through, we brothers. So, you know, I mean, just because we argue, I'm not gonna let nothing harm him. You know, come his way. So, you know, it won't never nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just no different than if me and you got into something. We argue. You know, you my family. So, you know what I mean? You can argue with me, but nobody else. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know. I miss my dude though. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I was just thinking about him this morning. Like I actually put a post up about him. You know, I didn't know why I was thinking about him, but because it's not real. Like when Kevin passed, you know, what I mean, I still like I haven't got over that to get past Big Man because I still don't believe Kevin gone. You know, what I mean, even I know he gone, still
And
hurt
it's
my
Kevin Bell, our other classmate. Rest in peace, Kevin Bell, as well, man. So
yes, you know, I mean, I lost. I mean, you know, I mean, but when you lose somebody that close that you didn't think would happen so soon, you know, it'll throw you for a loop. Like my cousin broke it down to me one time. You know, when we lost my grandmother, and I was like, "You ain't sad?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm sad, but you know, my grandma lived a long time, 90 years old. So you know, what I mean, she lived. You know, he was more hurt when my nephew passed. He died at 17. You know, so
yeah,
that hurt more because he felt like he didn't get to experience life yet. You know, so and I had to understand that, like, wow, you know, so like that's how I look at Big Man. He died in his 40s. I mean, even though that's a nice age, that's we're still young.
yeah, yeah. That's too young. And that's the thing about death. Like, yeah, you definitely, I mean, you accept death when it's like that, like when they're 80, 78, 90. You know, it's nothing really to be sad about because they lived their life. But when you see these young deaths that's going on now, it kind of opens your eyes, man, to realize that how fragile life is. That we
Yeah, I
on
mean, like, and this might sound funny though. I mean, I joke a lot, but like, I mean, my grandma, JT, she would have been, I think she would have been 90 when she passed. I mean, I miss her to death, and I really miss her now. If I knew I would never eat chicken pastry again, you know, like,
it.
you know what I mean. So I mean, but at that, like, but I understand JT, grandma JT was born 1920. You know, she died 2010, so she seen a lot of stuff change. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know. And like I wish I got a chance to meet your grandmother, you know, my auntie. So you know, what I mean, like there's a lot of things that it's a lot of ups and downs with death. You know what I mean? Like it hurt. I never got to spend as much time with my nephew. He died before he passed. You know what I mean? And
yeah, yeah.
you know what I
That,
mean?
that was your sister's son that died on the football field, right?
Yeah, you know, and that was controversy behind that. But you know, for me, it wasn't even. It just hurt. It hurt me because the last time I talked to him was when my grandmother passed. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm gonna sneak up on you, watch the game, catch up with your games. And the only chance I got to see him at his game is when they had a memorial for him at his game. So, you know, like that hurt even more because, I mean, he died 2 months after I knew. So I didn't see him, I didn't expect him to die 2 months after my grandmother passed. So, you know, but I still live with them memories because I didn't get to know him like I should have.
Yeah, but he
You
had
know?
he had a brother, right?
Yeah, basically, you met my nephew, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, basically, that's a good young man. But yeah,
That's my
you
heart.
always wonder how he would be. 'Cause how long ago did that happen? That happened about
Probably about a good
7 years. Yeah,
6, 7 years ago.
yeah. You always wonder what would he be like, or where would he be at today?
He was great, and when you think about it, he was great. He was great at art. He loved football. You know, what I mean, like he had a lot of potential in life. You know, what I mean, anything really. You know, so I mean, it just hurt that his life got cut too short. You know, what I mean, not to see his full potential. But you know, what I mean, like I see him in my older nephew. So you know,
Yeah,
and you know, I just, that made me care my made me worry about my older nephew now more than anything because he all my sister has not.
yeah,
You got to meet him. You know, what I mean, very intelligent. Got a good head on the shoulder. You know, what I mean, I'm proud of where he becoming.
you said he wanted to be a police officer, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just talked to him about a week ago. He said, yeah, he in the process of trying to become a cop.
Do you think how do you feel about that decision? Seeing what we've seen from police in recent years.
I mean, I told him he grown, and I support anything he do. You know, what I mean, it's my nephew. But, don't catch him much about, law enforcement. I stand on them. I mean, I don't trust the police, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. But I mean, I support them.
Yes.
I just told him don't be like these nasty cops out here. You know what I mean? If you can do it right, don't do it at all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. But man, this has been a good show, man. This probably been one of my more relaxed shows, man, and just
I want
free.
I want to say something funny, but I can't say it because I was going to say you had the same like how the police boys 6ix9ine told Breakfast Club that we had the highest rating.
What'd he say?
When the snitch boy told Breakfast Club, he the reason why they had the highest rating. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like we ain't really dig in like we should. But I'm gonna bring you back, man, on some real topics that we
I
can
mean,
listen to.
yeah, I got a lot to talk about. Because we never get into, like things that school only told us about. Saying civil rights, and there's a lot of people that they don't know
Oh
about.
yeah, that's right. We definitely got to talk about Dorothy Cotton. So yeah, so this is something that you showed me a book, that she wrote or was written about her.
Now she wrote it. If your back doesn't bend,
If you're what?
if your back don't bend, doesn't bend, something like that.
All
I
right, so
can't
yeah,
remember.
tell us about who she was, because that was nobody,
Like
really knows how influential she was.
because I didn't know till I got older, but she was a civil rights activist. She worked under Martin Luther King. Of course, they got a little scrutiny of, she used to mess with Martin. I don't knock it. But me personally, I know that she got everything she learned from the mother. She didn't. It was no situation where like she met Martin, and he just put in the position. Like she had to fight, and and prove that she knew what
So
she
where
knew.
was she from? Was she from here?
Yeah, she from
Goldsboro?
Goldsboro. Yeah, she from Goldsboro. Yeah, Goldsboro. Stayed on James Street.
Stayed on James Street?
Yeah.
So how did she where did she go to school? How did she end up in New York?
She moved down. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she went to a black college in North Carolina. I can't remember which one. And then she ended up going to another college down there in Atlanta and earned another degree. I think she went somewhere else and got another degree. You know what I'm saying? And somehow got into she got into the activist situation, and she knew a few people, and she ended up subsequently working at Cornell University and started doing a lot of like a lot of what you call it when you go places and talk speeches or
Yeah,
whatever.
lectures. But she
Yeah,
was, I think I read like she was very instrumental on the
yeah, that's the part
um,
she
educational activism, and like she worked like hand in hand like with Martin Luther King. Like she was very influential in his work as well. So if anybody hasn't heard of
Foreman
Cotton,
Cotton.
Dorothy
Dorothy Foreman.
Foreman Cotton, but you can just type in Dorothy Cotton, because as soon as I typed it in, like this woman was really about her business. And so she was she is your father's sister, or
Nah, she my grandmother's sister.
your grandmother's sister on your father's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that I mean, and you tell me stories about how she actually brought you up there to live with her, right?
Yeah, I lived with her about a year. Nice experience.
How different was your time in New York than Goldsboro?
Fresh Prince of Bel Air type, like put me in prep school, and like it was like a dude coming from the hood and getting put in, a bunch of around a bunch of rich kids, and it was a funny feeling, but it was cool, I got used to it, but it was kind of awkward because coming from where we from, and, then you move. Like you gotta understand, they moved me a long ways away. So I'm by Canada. So it's like I'm going skiing and stuff like that. Stuff that I would never have thought I'd see.
Uh,
But it was a great experience. If I knew what I knew now, I probably a lot of things probably be different because, like I said, I enjoyed the experience. Private school, great food. Meeting different people and being spoiled. Yeah, you can't beat that. But that was my path. So
yeah, so would you? I mean, I guess back then though, you was probably ready to come home.
nah, nah. Honestly and truly, nah. I didn't miss Goldsboro. A lot of people think.
I'm gonna have to call Cap. Somebody who know me, Langston said he called every day. He had that boy over home.
He be out.
Cap on. If anybody know, that's June Britt.
Yeah, June Britt know, but it's different thing. Like, you know, when I first moved there, like, I was sick, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so they moved me away every day. So, like, I did know their schedule, and, you know, so I timed it when they came home, and I called to see how they were doing, but then 6 months in, like, I was comfortable, you know what I mean? I'm glad I moved back. I would have been a square, but, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I had fun.
I wish I would have been a square too, man. I wish I would have did everything square. Like sometimes I do wish that, but then, like I said, then I wouldn't be, you know.
Not really, man. I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel that way. Because with me, the stuff I learned under my auntie, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of proper stuff, a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? But I look at like best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? I can be in the hood and still go out in the other world and still, you know what I mean, adapt. I understand.
Yeah, so you like a chameleon.
Yeah, you know, you always try to be funny talking about some men and woman white cheese and you know what I mean. I don't know. Everything's written how I look at it, Rick. You know what I mean? I felt like if I'd stayed with my aunt, man, she'd try to make me an activist, man.
That's good. You got to carry the torch, man. You supposed to be carrying the torch right now.
Being an activist and how I am, that didn't work.
My mom says square is good. That's right. I'm trying to be square as possible right now. You know, I'm trying to be.
I'm a square now. You know what I mean? I subsequently became a square, but you know, my younger years, like,
You wanted to fit in. Just be honest. You wanted to fit in because that's. I mean, we all want to fit in as kids. You know, we don't want to be the one who's just left out or scared or soft or, you know.
I ain't talking about that, Rick. No, I'm saying like that wasn't my life. Like when they moved me up there and all that stuff, that wasn't me. You know what I mean? I want no spoiled brat. I wasn't used to, you know, like them kids, they come from rich parents. I just had a rich aunt. They had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Her money want my money. You know what I mean? Like, hey, auntie, I want a car right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she offered me stuff like that, but
yeah.
I mean, I didn't need nothing from her. She saved my life. Why would I want to take her money when she kept me going? Yeah. But the kid what June Britt said, I didn't move back because I was homesick. I moved back because they kind of put me in a situation that I was in here, and it just I would come back home. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, was understood on the be said, but you know, I mean, my father was my father was the downfall up there, so you know, what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. So then you can't just move back here, but see, everything, like I said, everything happens for a reason, man. Like, you know, just like the fact that you, like I said, like even just the fact that you still here, man, is just a blessing and a miracle, man. I don't see you going nowhere for no time soon. I be having to have somebody to talk to too.
You and my kids ain't gonna let me go nowhere. If I wanted to, y'all wouldn't let me.
Yeah, we go keep. We go get them up, wake them up.
I tell you, I'll be ready to crow my daughters. I need some money, Daddy.
You can't got that. I got the prom this. Got the prom this month. You gotta pay for my dress. You gotta be
there. You gotta die after my marriage, Daddy. You gotta pay for it, Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, I'm glad you said that. I hope they stick to non-traditional. So when my daughter do decide to get married, I ain't gotta pay for nothing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The girl family don't gotta pay for it no more. It's the man family gotta do everything.
Oh, that's the new swag now. I didn't know that.
Well, I ain't even gonna get on that subject.
You finna get chewed out for that one.
No. But for real, I haven't said anything about it. But yeah, I might as well say it, like, you know, doing the NCAA tournament.
Uh-huh.
All I saw was those commercials about, you know, trans women competing in women's sports. So what they're basically saying is men who want to be women competing in women's sports like swimming and boxing and wrestling, but they're not showing it all the time that those women who were physically born as men are beating the crap out of those women in like wrestling or boxing or whatever sport that is.
Swimming. They did. One just broke some records in swimming, but he's a dude, so I'm quite sure.
Of course, he's going to be more physically able to, or she's going to be more physically able. Let me be correct. She's going to be more physically able to do better things. But one commercial I never saw though, that was trans men competing with men, which is women who used to be women and wanted to be men. That there were no commercials about that. So that had me thinking, like, it's kind of one-sided. Why they not promoting women who want to be men to compete with men?
Because they still know that even though that woman want to be a man, she's still a woman. And she can't play football. She will get hurt.
Yeah.
She might get away with basketball. You know what I mean? Because it's not as physical. You know what I mean? But put that woman in the football, the most she can do is be a punter or a field goal kicker.
All right, okay. You better be careful. You get canceled.
I'm just Rick.
I'm just get canceled when you comment.
This ain't got nothing to do. I mean, just be honest. How many women want to be a linebacker?
I mean, there's some people out there. I seen that video. That young girl who was she was either quarterback or running back. But she was giving them boys out there the business in the young.
How old was she though? How old was she?
Yeah, I think they were about 9 or 10 or somewhere. You know what I mean? Somewhere in that area, 11 or 12 or somewhere.
That's a kid frame, so they all the same. But you know what I'm saying? When they start being 16, 17, 18, these boys had to lift the weights to play football, and they looking like they 230 children. She can't. It's different.
It's different when you grown, man. Mark Thompson, what's up, Mark? I see you up there, man. Brother Mark, another classmate, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, and just interacting with the show, man. I appreciate everybody. But yeah, man, it's like I said, the things are changing. Like you said, it's a new era, man. So it's just some things you can't even talk about now.
I
love you too, bro.
I was just looking at a battle rap, and it's a transgender battle rapper.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Nah, a transgender battle rapper.
No, I promise you.
What is a man? Was it a woman who was a man?
It was a man.
It was a man who wanted to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a trans.
They whole crew. I'm talking about like battle rappers have crews. You know what I mean? So it was a transgender.
Okay. They were battle. Okay, all right. Well, yeah.
But they won't battle in the women. They were still in the men's league.
I be getting confused. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what I saw.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. So we appreciate you for having an awesome show, being a great host. Thank you so much, Felicia. And I thank you for watching. If there's one person on my show besides my mother and father, and a few others, so I don't really want to call no names, but definitely Felicia Mitchell. I do not miss her on the show, to my knowledge. But I thank once again everybody.
Hey Rick, so do everybody know I be coaching you when you don't be on your show?
What you mean?
I be giving you ideas, teaching you tell you what to say and how to conduct yourself.
I mean, you give me ideas and pointers. Like I said, we're gonna try some new things probably coming up in July. We might switch a different format, man. I wish I really could get people in the studio because it just seems like more natural to be able to sit here with somebody and talk. But because of the COVID restrictions,
I'd love to see you have an open show and have Cleveland Levon Ward up there and see how that goes.
We might get our brother Pookie up here, man, and see if contrary to popular opinion, he really got a lot of good insight and very good information and very knowledgeable about a lot of stuff. So
old Cleveland dumpster.
Yeah, so he got a lot of knowledge and just once again motivation too. He's been through a lot too, like we all have. So You know, everybody
Yeah.
has something to give. You know, and people can learn from, you know, anybody. You know, everybody has that story. So I hope you're gonna let me, you know, get that book out for you and get to work on that book.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready when
You know, my
I'm excited.
name, my story. We're gonna, you know, that's gonna be, you know, he just gave you a little bit of surface today, but hopefully we can get that book out within the next year. Y'all give y'all a real in depth, deep look. You know,
I got another name. If you want, I got another funny name, Rick.
what's that?
My book can be I'm not only a client, I'm disabilities president.
And see, that's another thing too. Like people don't know how much you joke on yourself. Now this how I know. You know what I'm saying? And we out there. So I mean, but I remember cousin Charmaine called, and it was after your last surgery, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, you know, you talk to your cousin Yuante. I was like, nah, I ain't talked to him. She was, you know, he just got his butthole sold up. And I said, I
Dang,
said, what?
dang.
And so she and then but then she said, well, that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this dude's crazy. Like how, you know, being, you know, like that's, you know, that's a traumatic experience, you know what I'm saying, that to have to, you know, transition your whole body to a new way of, you know, functioning, you know, where you gotta, you know, you can't take a regular defecation, you gotta use a colostomy bag. But for you to say, oh yeah, man, I just got my butthole sold up, like that's, you know, that's a different level of
Yeah,
coping, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, that's a different level of acceptance where you can just take something that serious and joke about it, like, all right, and then say, okay, well, have you seen this video? Just switch the subject, like, you know, and you do that often, like, yeah, man, I gotta have surgery on my nose, my boy. Yeah, well, I'm trying to eat something, man. What you trying to eat? You know? So I don't know how you know what I'm saying. You gotta explain that, man. How
nah,
do you joke?
I mean, if memory serves me correctly, she just asked me what they did, and I just told her what they did. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was somebody else. I knew it was coming. He had to give us one. Great job to you as well, Yante. Keep moving forward into your destiny.
You know, I mean, I can't say my joke that I want to say because I gotta talk. I gotta talk.
Well, Mike already done pause you,
Oh,
man. So
I heard him already. Yeah, but
okay.
what you didn't hear, was
Very
Poochie though.
interesting, relevant topic. Dealing with cancer takes courage. You are a great example. That's what I mean. Like, you know, people don't understand like how, you know, because I can't even say like even, you know, I think of sometimes like you know, I had a brain aneurysm or something like that. And that went, you know, that went quick. Like that was a quick fix, you know what I'm saying? But I always think, damn, like what if I get diagnosed with some, you know, God forbid, like something terrible. Like how would I handle it? You know what I'm saying? But of course, like, I know I would just have to handle it. Like I ain't gonna let nothing beat me neither. But I mean, it's just
It's life. I mean, everything happened. I mean, it was written. Whatever happened to you was meant to happen. I mean, you can't hide it. I mean, you can't run from it. You know what I mean? So like when people ask me how to handle it, I was like, look, when everybody born, they born with an expiration date. So you know what I mean? Yeah, it's life. I mean, I'm not gonna sit around and mope it. Oh, sick. I'm sick.
uh, yeah. Because actually, that's I mean the attitude is
Yeah,
what keeps a lot of people going. Like Felicia Mitchell says, in everything we do, God says to count it all day. And also, yeah, and that's what I think too. That's what I was about to say earlier, Felicia. That laughter is like medicine to the soul. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what the scripture says. And I think that's what really, you know what I'm saying, keep going. It's like, you know, because anybody who's been around him, you're gonna laugh. You know, you're gonna laugh constantly. You know what I'm saying? He got a funny story. He got, you know, he got a funny interpretation, and it's nothing but truth. But like I said, it's just funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
funny.
you gotta make laughter out of it. You know, I mean, I can't be walking around. Oh, I'm sick. I mean, you know, I mean, like I said, I can't say what I normally say on this platform right now. But you know how I talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
I walk to somebody and you know, saying knowing I got a bag and say I got some ass on my chest to get off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you know, what I mean, I
yeah,
just say something
yeah,
just
yeah,
randomly. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Bag
Yeah,
you. You know?
yeah, because I did, you know, so like I was like, you know, so well, how you gonna act, you know what I'm saying? But like it ain't changing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, what? Maybe now maybe he'll quit talking so much junk. But you know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. Like, now maybe he'll be quiet sometimes. No, he will keep coming.
Yes, the next step, you know what I'm saying? Next step is I'm just walk this summer I'm walking with my shirt off. You know what I mean? You know,
all right, okay. I want to see that though too. I want to see that. But
hey, what am I?
You ain't saying, yeah, I know you ain't. You know what I'm
Who?
saying?
Who?
Yeah, that's the next step though. That's a real step.
No, I did it last year. I just had an H band around my stomach, so you can't really see nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It be too hot, man. Come on, man. Be done sweat my bag off.
Yeah, but then cause I know you got the big scar. Like so, like is that like what from the intestines or the kidney? Like what's that big part?
Some of the one going down my stomach. Yeah, that came from that was my kidney.
Oh, okay.
No.
Nah, yeah, because the kidney's on the side or somewhere.
Nah, but you gotta understand, I had 3 cuts. One going down, one going like that, and then another on the side that go down.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I mean, I don't like I said, I didn't keep up with it. You know, I just know. I mean, like I said, Campbell surgery. Okay, I know I ain't gonna eat for 3 months. You know.
That was the only thing you were thinking about, huh?
Yeah, I tell you, the only thing that hurt my feelings, it wasn't about me not eating. It what my mama ordered me when the first time I got a chance to eat. Boy, I was hot, but I still think about
that. Well, you said wanted some. Well, you said you wanted some fried chicken.
They would teach me how to walk again, and I walked past the little boy room, and he had one of the prettiest piece of chickens ever. So when I finally got to my room, I done told my mama, whenever, like literally, it wasn't nowhere near time to eat. But I told my mom, I said, well, the day they say I can eat something, I already know what I want. So you know what I mean? I wanted me a couple of Hawaiian punch, and I want a couple pieces of fried chicken. I don't care what the size is. I just need some chicken. Man, I finally get to eat. And my mom, I never let my mom order my food again. Man, she got me some mashed potatoes and meatloaf. I ate it though, but
I know you had to eat it because you were hungry.
It was good, but it just won't chicken good.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah.
But, I mean, I mean, all these life lessons, So I mean, like I always tell people, man, you die quick from worrying about what you got than dying what you got. I told a lot of people that end up passing away, like, man, stop worrying. You can kill yourself. You know what I mean? And I tell a lot of people too, like a lot of people be dying because they scared to go to the doctor to get checked out, or they ain't got no insurance to get checked out. You know what I mean? I'd rather know what's wrong with me. So we can get this out of the way now.
Yeah, that takes care of a lot of people, like, and for real, like, I am people. I'm one of them people, like, but like I know when something's wrong with me too, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes, like, if you go to the doctors, like, they gonna find something wrong with you because that's their job to do. Their job is like I'm 44. Like, they say, okay, we should go get this check, and I probably should, but if I go, I know that if I got good insurance, they can be like, oh, well, nothing's wrong with you now, but we need to do this, and that to prevent this from later. But then once they start doing stuff, you messing with other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to look at it like this. Is how I look at it, because, like, for example, like what end up me having surgery on my nose and my eye, right? I went to the doctor because I had a knot on the inside of my nose, right? So the doctor was like, you got an abscess. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to ear, nose, and throat for the situation, they were like, that ain't nothing. But we found something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I found out I had tumors on my eye and my nose, and what was causing my headaches. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's my allergies and my sinuses. They give me all kind of nasal sprays, and you know what I'm saying? Clogs at your nose. You know what I'm saying? You see what the process I go through and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? If I didn't, if I didn't go for this, I wouldn't find out about that. You know what I'm saying? I was going. What happened was my eyes were separating. You know what I'm saying? That's why my head was hurting and my face so bad, because my eyes were parting because of the tumors.
Because of the tumor.
Yeah, my doctor said, boy, you came in, but you're finna go blind. You know what I'm saying? But now, but look at it now. I can barely see out one eye. You know what I mean? And I can't go in sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, my shades turn, my glasses, they you know what I'm saying, they turn darker when I go outside. But I be struggling. People don't know it, but I be struggling.
Yeah, because you'll never know it, man. Like you said, unless you have one of these conversations. We do more preventative maintenance on our car than our bodies.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people don't understand. Like sometimes people wait till the pain come, then they something ain't right. You could be messed up and not feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
I know.
I caught cancer. I didn't feel no pain. I just used the bathroom seat that was bleeding. I didn't hurt. Like any surgery I had to do with cancer up until my eye, tumor on my eye, my nose, I never had no pain. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying.
You just okay, so you just kept going to the doctor regularly.
Yeah, you got this going on with you. We found polyps here, you know. So like, I won't never hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people wait until like I seen people with tumors in their legs or they arm or whatever, and then by the time they find out they gotta get their arm removed, and they don't even know by the time they get the arm removed, it don't spread it elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's all you got. People gotta stop being scared. You know what I mean? I'd rather know than not know. You know, you're gonna die anyway.
Right here, wounds heal, but it's the scars that give you strength. I like that one.
Yeah, I love my scars.
Yeah.
My first tattoos.
Yeah. Amen. All right, man. We ain't gonna sit here all night, man. We about an hour, 40 minutes over time, man. I gotta hit the highway.
Yeah,
but anything else you want to leave with the people before we go, man?
No, I appreciate the invite. You know, I mean, I enjoyed myself, and I wasn't as scared as I thought I was gonna be. You know.
Yeah. You loosen up at the end. You loosen up at the end. First, I can tell you was there when we first started off. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it's been a good show, man. I think everybody, Shanta, Felicia, Mama, Mike, Mark Thompson, Milk, June Brick, Jay Sanders, Christy,
Tracy Jones.
Who that?
Tracy.
Yeah, I gotta get Tracy in there. I'm coming up on him. Tina, everybody, man. I don't want to miss no names. Rico McDowell, Lisa Robinson. I really thank y'all, man, for just taking the time to tune in and watch. My cousin Jermaine, Miss Polat, everybody, man. Y'all participation is so appreciated. You know, and once again, I think we're gonna try to do some different things starting in July. I don't know what.
I'm about to be funny. Did you meant to say appreciative?
What'd I say?
Appreciate. I'm just trying to figure out what that meant. I'm so appreciative. I mean, I don't know what that is, but
that's what I said.
I'm trying to figure out what did that mean. What is appreciative? I mean,
you got me. You got me on that one. Okay, I remember that one. remember that.
I had to get you first.
Remember that now.
I promise you. You do me like this behind closed doors. I finally got to do it in public. See.
Good night, too. Good night, Key. She said,
yeah, I appreciate you, Richard.
Well, I appreciate you. Stop speaking at me, too. I can appreciate you. You kings have a great night. Keep making impact. Thank you so much, Felicia. You have a good night as well. Oh, Lord. Mike, here you go again. You know, your boy.
Hey, you told Mike yesterday. I want you to pause. It might have been today. I want you to pause him. Why they can't pause you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not exempt. I'm not exempt as well, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
New word. My cousins appreciate that, you know. I mean,
appreciate. Yeah, I'm appreciate, man. Let's say appreciate.
You know, yeah, I mean, he wanted to be appreciative, but for right now, he just appreciate, you know. And might stop with your pauses.
Yeah, y'all have a good night too. But yeah, I'll see y'all next week, man. We're gonna be right back with y'all next week. But I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed night and good night.